No, and
Go ahead.
No, my name's Juni Salcido. I'm a business services officer with the City of Long Beach Financial Management, oversee the business license division. And the good news is, it is now illegal to be a licensed vendor here in the City of Long Beach. So I came to share with you application, what the regulations are, kind of give you a heads up. And with me is Mike. Mike is our
Mike, what's up, Mike? And we got Zuki's Kitchen right over there.
Hi, Zuki.
He can't hide away, you know, it says all on his shirt. He can't run.
Yeah, for sure. And all it is there is a pathway, or as we like to say, a sidewalk to success for all vendors. The ordinance passed a few weeks ago, so right now we're in the educational phase. I've got all the information that you need right here. The first year, good news, there's no applicable fees, right? So everything, the city's trying to remove as many barriers as possible for our sidewalk vendors to be successful. I've got the application right here.
Okay.
When you start the application process, you can either contact Mike or myself. Here's my contact information. All right, we can give you everything that you need to get you set up. The application process is a little bit easier for merchandise vendors such as yourself, because you don't have to worry about a health permit. So really all you need is fill out the application. You do have to provide insurance the first year, but the city will reimburse you up to $450 for that first year.
I get that.
Okay.
Do they have a waiver for the insurance? And I'll tell you why. Who's gonna slip and fall on the blankets?
Well,
you know, I know what they did.
Insurance.
When they did that insurance, because I went to city council meeting, they did it for slip and fall. Why? Because they didn't want you to slip and fall on that taco grease that's on the ground. So the city to cover their ass, they decided to have all vendors get insurance. Why? Because if they slip and fall, they're gonna sue the city. So the city's gonna find out who's vending right there and pass it on to the vendor.
What I know about insurance is it's always a good thing to have insurance, right? To protect yourself and to protect the city of Long Beach. It is a partnership, right?
You had the right part. You had the right part at the end to protect the city.
If we're going to be in this together, if we're going to allow sidewalk vendors to be licensed, having insurance is a good thing for both parties, right? Yeah, maybe there's not going to be a slip and fall, but anything can happen, and it's always good to have.
It's general liability for injury, correct? Is that the insurance that we need?
I'll have to check with risk management.
Or is it product liability?
I'll have to check with risk management. Risk management.
I had a shop before, so there's lots of insurances.
I know it's $1 million, and we're going to have a meeting with risk management.
Yeah, I know it's a lot of money.
But when you submit your insurance, and again, up to $450, the first year is going to be a reimburse.
Yeah, I know.
By the city.
It's still a lot of money. I just feel that they shouldn't push it on all vendors, because vendors such as myself, you're not going to slip and fall in a blanket. We all know that. Somebody doing corn, somebody doing tamales, you're not going to slip on any of their trash that they have.
No, I understand.
So the reason is, why does everybody have to get insurance? That's the question.
That's true.
I understand there's 9 people who voted for it. City council is ran by a bunch of clowns. I attend the circus a lot of times, so I know what's going on over there. I've been to the meetings. This guy's been to the meetings.
Sure.
So there should be a waiver where not everybody gets it, because actually district number 4 or 5, I think 5, she actually wanted to recommend insurance and not require it. However, our lovely mayor decided it's best if we require it instead of request it. Because request means you don't have to get it. Require means you do have to get it.
Well, I understand that you disagree with the insurance aspect of it.
So is there a waiver on that?
But there is no waiver. You will need insurance at this time.
Yeah.
It's totally up to you if you want to go through the process. Right now, we're just educating vendors. I think it's the best time to go through it with it.
That's why I haven't gone yet, because I'm not going to get insurance right now.
I'll wait. Set up that could be required. That will be perfect for the ordinance. You know, you're just generally have to be under like a canopy, which is 10 by 10, 100 square feet, right? There is one thing with the ordinance, like you won't be allowed to hang from the trees, any public fences, trees.
I haven't seen that, so I have to take that back to city council.
For sure. And this is what this is for right here. All the information that's required. We also have some webinars coming up, and we've got some in-person town hall meetings.
I missed the last one because the Long Beach Post did not state what time the meeting was.
Here they are right here. All the times, where they're going to be, the webinars, and you're more than invited. You can invite Zook.
You want one, Zook? You want a pamphlet?
For sure.
So I'm a street vendor too, right? I saw at the beach. It's just the weather right now kind of sucks, but so I went through the process, and you guys are mentioning that it's easy pathway for street vendors, right?
Well, there's a sidewalk to success.
All right.
Right.
So right now I'm stuck in the process. So I did everything. I went to City Hall. I got my insurance. I got my seller's permit.
Nice.
I submitted everything. So when I went to the city, they told me, okay, health department is gonna call you. So they called me and they told me, you need what do you sell? I explained what I sell, and then now they told me I need to buy a $20,000 card, which I'm a low income person, so I'm stuck in the process.
Yeah.
So the person from the health department told me if I don't comply by June with the requirements, I'm gonna be cited.
Well, see, that's perfect for you to come.
So how can I come up with $20,000?
We're going to have someone from the health permit there, okay?
Yeah.
There is a program
Yeah.
for sidewalk vendor cards, right?
Yeah.
So you can get some information there. If you're already a sidewalk vendor,
Yeah.
from what I understand, it is a program run by the health department. This first year, they're covering the fees of the park.
On the card, the $20,000.
Alright, so that's what comes to this meeting, get the information.
Yeah.
The only
Because
thing you
all the
have
emails that I have is proof that I have just in case if we unite and we have to do like actual lawsuit to the city.
of course.
So the thing is, like all the emails I have to the health department says you must require to pay your card. And they told me on the email says they're gonna raffle 10 cards. For the city.
come to the meeting. We're going to
Yeah.
have a representative from the health
Do
department.
you have like info for the meeting?
I do, yes.
But they
Everything-
actually said on the last city council meeting they just had, they said they have 40 carts up to $12,000 value.
Come to the meeting. You'll get more information. But also,
When's the meeting? Webinar?
you can come to the webinar. Our next one's April 12th.
And then we start our in-person, I believe, the 25th.
The first, yeah. The
Okay,
first
so
one,
quick question. Let's say
the first
for
one is
example-
Thursday, April 18th at Admiral Kidd Park.
Yeah.
And then we also have one at Chavez Park.
Oh, so you have to go to the parks. Okay.
That's if you want to come in
In
person.
yeah, we want to come in person.
Better in person.
Yeah, yeah.
Document it.
Yeah, we do.
Go like,
Yeah.
Like LA.
We're gonna go live.
LA,
no, for
on
sure.
Instagram.
LA vendors when
Of course.
they file a lawsuit.
Yeah. So if he gets a cart, does he get his money back, or how does that work? Is the cart a raffle?
Yeah, these will be the questions for the health
The health
department.
Over the
department.
health department.
Yeah.
So you guys don't know anything about the carts?
No.
So the health department.
I know,
is giving-
I know some about the carts.
How many are they giving away?
I don't know.
It's supposed to be 40.
It's up to 40, but
Up
each
to
cart-
up to
but it
value.
depends.
Up to what value?
But what you might need for your type of food is going to be different from a different type of
Yeah.
food. So that's the information that the health department will provide, and I think they're still working those details out. But
Hey,
I-
so last question I have for you because I know
Sure.
you were talking to this guy.
It's okay,
So
Mr.
that
Vendor.
That means like if in June I don't have the 20 G's, I'm gonna be punished by the city because my the type of business that I run, like as a street vendor.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
See, what we thought is we thought he can conduct business under his 10 by 10 canopy down at the beach as he has been doing for the last 2 years. That's what we thought. And then all of a sudden we get shocked, but you have to get a cart
Well, you've
for a
always
food
needed
vendor.
a health permit, right? The health permit's
True.
always the thing. But now there's business license. You can get your license. You can get your license for that, right? So that's a good
True,
thing.
we understand that.
But
But you can go to
you-
but you can go to a farmer's market, which is today, and you can have a pop-up. You don't need a push cart.
No. If you're part of the
Correct,
of
but why?
a farmer's market,
Correct, but why?
it's a little bit different business.
Correct, but why? Why do they not need a health permit, and why do they not need a push cart?
They do need a health permit, and you don't.
I'm go
necessarily
check.
need a
I'm
push
go
cart.
check. It starts at 3 o'clock.
You don't need a push cart.
They said you need a push cart.
But whatever you're selling food from, and this is what I do know, has to be. It's a plan check, and it has to be approved by the health department.
A plan
So
check
whatever-
on your
whatever
cart
you-
is what they said.
Whatever your conveyance or cart is, has to be approved by the health department.
Do they approve pop-up tents, 10 by 10?
Yes, that is approved. That's part of the
They told me that I
regulation.
cannot use
10 by
that.
10.
There's a lot of us that we unite, and then everybody who apply already for that.
Well,
we're-
here's
we're
this
stuck in the
information.
process.
And that's, therefore why 10 by 10, I think a canopy, your blankets and all that stuff, you could set up our system so that you don't have to use the trees, poles, or anything like that.
They just don't display well with the 10 by 10.
I think
can
you're
see them.
creative
You
enough.
see them-
You're a
you
business
see them the
man.
way
You're
they are
smart
here.
enough. I think you could figure out a way where you don't use
It actually doesn't technically say 10 by 10. It says 100 square feet. So if that is 100,
2 by 50.
It-
however
yeah,
you wanna-
basically.
however you wanna
but the way I
do
see it,
that,
if that rope is 100 feet, that's 100 square feet.
as long as you're not using any city property or trees.
That is true. However, I do have people out here who do say I can use the trees with no problem. One's a guy who drives a truck that says parks on the side. I even had the police come out here. I had everybody come out
It's
here.
like the,
You know the one who doesn't, you know the only one who doesn't like the trees? You see the lady right up there with the camera?
Here's one in Spanish. I was
Her name is Katie. She doesn't like me hanging. That dog's vicious, that little white one.
Yeah, he bites.
Yeah, that little one. I don't get close to that one.
Protective.
We think that you could set up things, and that's, right now we're in the educational phase.
Yes,
of
we
the
are.
ordinance. We want to give everybody.
Yes, we are.
Want to make sure all the vendors understand, have an opportunity to ask questions. The ones you're mentioning, those scenarios, we want to be able to have the answers for you too, so that when you are finally licensed up and running, you can be successful. And the only time, and then you don't have to have visits from us, people from the park.
Oh, I'm not worried about you guys or anybody, really. I mean, I've been doing this for 2 years. I'm gonna still use trees even at the beach because that's how I vend my product, is using the trees.
As long as you understand that's against the ordinance.
It's against the ordinance of the city of Long Beach. However, people still have hammocks, slack lines, and piñatas from the trees.
For vendors, for sidewalk vendors, it's against.
Yeah, I'd have to look into that one. It did say something about trees, but I will look into that.
Yeah.
I did go to city council meeting, and it's ran by a bunch of clowns. We've been there.
Guys,
It's
guys, I'm sure you guys take notes. When you guys go back to City Hall, just let them know, like, most of the people down here were united. Only one of us got approved. And then you guys are trying to promote her with, because she's telling us everything. Like, oh, come out, we're going to promote you because we're the first one. But I feel like most
junk
of
in the
us,
trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're our first licensed
Yeah.
one.
20
Yes.
of us, we're like
Yeah,
stuck in the process.
but I'm not in a rush. I feel insurance is a ripoff. You're not going to slip and
20
fall
of
on
us,
my
we're stuck in the
product.
process because we don't
No,
have the
that's
You're
money.
forcing it onto everybody.
That's your prerogative.
Yes, it is.
You can have an opinion on it.
But everything could be overturned and it could be changed as well.
There's space for you to move up.
I'll move up some more. I always do that. I just keep moving up.
Lawsuits.
And don't call on me. I'm parked in the red here. Yes, I am. Don't give me a twicket.
Well, thank you for your time. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. Good luck with the process.
What's your name? Renee. Thank you, Renee.
You have another question that guys is kind of like he's just stuck in the same process like myself.
Yeah, the health permit, that is a process because everyone's
Hey, come on.
to prepare food. It's a little different for everybody, so I get that.
Here's a city right here. They're going to educate you right now on what you need.
What's up?
How you living, man? You good?
Good.
You have any questions for the city?
You got any questions for us?
No,
It's for the sidewalk vending.
sidewalk vendor. The ordinance is passed, and we're just going around letting vendors know about the process.
I definitely, I'm applied for a license. The only thing that I can say is I think it's.
Are you approved vendor?
Yes, I'm
So
approved.
the health permit.
Yeah. Look, man. I feel like really realistically, the city's playing devil's advocate, and what I mean by that, I'm gonna explain to you. What I mean by that is, I feel like the city understands fully after all these meetings how much vendors make, and I think to say we're on the side of the vendors and then imply that you have to buy $20,000 cart realistically. I think
I don't know if that's the case, right? I think the CART program is going to vary depending on, and you have to ask them. That's why I gave these gentlemen some flyers.
Yeah.
We've got some in-person meetings, we've got some webinars, so you can ask those questions. We are going to have representatives from the health department, and they can explain that process and make it less confusing.
I mean I'm not confused by it, but
I don't think you have to upfront. You have to buy the part, and the city's going to reimburse. I'm not sure if that's the case.
no, I don't think the city is going to reimburse you, but in order to be able to get your health permit and have your street vending business license, there's some things that you have to adhere to, and one of those things is having a cart that's using a certain type of metal, or and I think in a
And
sense,
that's a challenge in itself.
I mean it's $20,000.
So you agree you need a push cart to sell food?
I'm not saying.
Or
it
can you use
depends on
a
what type
pop-up
of food.
tent?
Yeah, I mean,
Just
for
food.
me-
Food.
For me, like
That would be for the health department. I'm in business licensing. That's the health department.
Oh, your business licensing.
I think my
Oh, talking to the wrong guy then.
business licenses was fine, but I do feel like I feel like the city's playing devil's advocate where they say they're on the side of the vendors, but then you do something unrealistic like saying in order to sell food you can't use a tent and you have to use a city a city-based cart, which is $20,000.
Yeah, then you're saying depends on what food. But do you realize on there it said for
Can I have
It should be the health department.
It said
The health
for
department will know
things such as chips and cookies which are sealed, you must need a health
exactly. Yeah, the
permit.
health department will know exactly.
Okay, well tell me why you need a health permit when you're selling chips and cookies
The
and.
health department.
That's all money.
will know.
But it's sealed. But it's sealed. It's prepackaged. It's sealed.
But
like it's just
that's
Still need a
not.
plan check,
that's
even
not
though
my
if it's
expertise.
prepackaged and stuff like that,
You-
it still needs a plan check.
Can I have a?
Yeah. I'll go to that. If you want to walk.
Not under,
Now-
not under,
now-
not under
now-
25
now-
square feet.
Now, that level of
How you doing, man? I see you.
there's different levels to it. You're selling raw chicken and pre
Yeah, but it says under prepackaged, you don't need a health permit.
there still needs some clearance.
I think it's a little bit easier, but again,
Yeah.
But they says exactly sell chips and candy, and it's sealed. It says you need a health permit.
come to one of those meetings,
I go to all the meetings,
and then you can. They'll answer those.
all the meetings,
They'll answer that question.
because they sell under pop-up tents. So you're saying for them to conduct business,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying come to the meeting. They can get that information.
all right, I'm gonna send them after the health permit. Have a good one, guys.
Have a good one, man.
Thank you.